大家好，我是鲍柔阳，英文名字是 Ryan Barber. Hello, everybody. Today I am going to be presenting my section of the Analects, which would be Analects 6.23. To begin, I have the passage posted on this page. All right, if everybody will, let's read together. 子曰：知者乐水，仁者乐山。知者动，仁者静。知者乐，仁者守。Now, after taking a first look at this, we can see that there are some words that we do know and some words that we don't know. So I took a list of the words that I didn't know, and I put them on this page. So first, we have the word 者, 者. And as we have seen this word before, some of us may, we usually see this word in the Analects as to describe a person that does a certain action. So you could place this word in front of a certain action, as in this passage, they have used the word 知者 and 仁者 to describe two different types of people. Secondly, I have the word 人, 人. The word 人 in Confucian philosophy is often an important word because in English, this word often translates to the term benevolence, kindness, or kind-heartedness. And this word is important because it describes a certain character in this passage of the Analects. Next, I have the word 动, 动. Now, 如果你们知道运动的动，你知道这个字。This character 动 is used often in the word 运动 to exercise. Next, I have the opposite of this word, 静, 静. So the word 静 in this passage has to do with calmness, quietness, or stillness. And this will be important when we look into the passage in the next couple of slides. And finally, the last word I have on this page is 守, show. The word 守 is usually used to describe somebody's ability to live a long life or live to an old age. As you can see here, I have broken down each part of the passage into a easy-to-read section. For example, the people described in this passage I have highlighted in different colors, the knowledgeable person being in red, and the compassionate or benevolent person being in blue. So, finally, I have also used the green to highlight the meaning or the action that each one of these people performs. So, for example, we have 知者乐水. So therefore, we could use this in order to figure out that the knowledgeable person, 乐 meaning to enjoy, 水 means water. So let's take a look at some of the translations of this. First, we'll start off with a translation by William Edward Soothill of Dover Publications. The master said, "The clever delight in water, the virtuous in the hills. The clever are restless, the virtuous calm. The clever enjoy life, the virtuous prolong it." So in this translation, we can see a fairly simple translation, but if you took a look at the third to last sentence, you can see that the clever enjoy life while the virtuous prolong life. So one of the things that we don't really see in the passage when we take a look at it here is that we get 知者乐 and 仁者守. As you can notice here, we don't use any sort of use of the word meaning life. So the author kind of takes this liberty here to be able to say that the knowledgeable person in his mind enjoys life and the compassionate prolongs life. Next, we have a translation here by D.C. Lau. The master said, "The wise find joy in the water. The benevolent find joy in the mountains. The wise are active. The benevolent are still. The wise are joyful, and the benevolent are long-lived." As you can see in this translation, we actually have a different translation for the word shan, meaning mountains. In this translation, the author or the translator uses the word mountains, while in the other translations that I've seemed to found, many authors like to use the word hills. And while this may be a slight discrepancy in translation, I think that personally it doesn't have a lot to do in the change of the meaning. So I feel that both can be used in coinciding situations. Next, I have a translation by James Legge of DigiReads Publishing. The master said, "The wise find pleasure in water. The virtuous find pleasure in hills. The wise are active, the virtuous are tranquil. The wise are joyful, and the virtuous are long-lived." As we can see in this translation, the author or the translator takes a different kind of stance on how he would like to translate the word le. Now, as we've previously discussed, le can be used for the word to enjoy or to like something, but in this specific translation, the author uses the word pleasure. So when you take pleasure in something, you can usually assume that you like to do it quite a few times, therefore implying that you enjoy it. So in this translation that the author uses, even though he uses a different way to translate the word le, we can see that he still comes across giving a similar point. And finally, I have included my own translation of the Analects. Confucius says, "The knowledgeable person enjoys the water. The compassionate person enjoys the mountains. The knowledgeable person enjoys movement. The compassionate person enjoys calmness. The knowledgeable person is happy, while the compassionate person lives a long life." I feel that by translating this passage, I have done a good job in trying to stick true to the meaning of what the actual passage intends to say. Oftentimes, in Confucius Analect translations, we come across authors that use their own artistic liberty to try to bring out metaphors that normally wouldn't be recognized in the Chinese language in a direct translation. However, I feel that if I am able to give a good enough direct translation, that those that are looking at it in the English form will be able to make assumptions and form different kinds of conclusions based on the words that they see, rather than me choosing the words for them. Finally, I have the passage here one more time to look at. 子曰, 孔子曰, 知者乐水, 仁者乐善, 知者动, 仁者静, 知之乐, 人之手